Hello, and thank you, Sharky, for the raid. How was the last bit of Interlilies? I know words. Also, hello, raiders, and welcome. I'm Ito. I play games. You died? Fair enough. It's good. That's a good time to end stream, I think. It's exciting. Builds tension. It's like a cliffhanger. Died doing your best. That's all that counts, Sharky.
Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna get a date to camp today. I'm gonna try. Camp Spooky, the stage of some of our dearest summers. Back then, we were young and unafraid. With school far away, everything seemed possible as the sun embraced us on our way to camp. Summer has that distinct power, doesn't it? You live for the days, while the nights inebriate you with possibilities. Like life could take a turn at every corner, and for us it did. I'm gonna be the same one I was before. Ito. They. I get a what the fuck? What the fuck is this? The Sword of Rar, King of the Lions. Instant post camera. Bootleg 1. Chest 2. Canned Brain. BFF bracelet kit. Too many crosswords. Spork penguin mask. After. Why is it RV? I don't know who that is. I haven't played Monster Camp. This is my first time playing Monster Camp. I don't know who's in it. What should I pick? Ito's name is Ito confirmed. This is my first time, yeah. Get him out of here. Should I pick? Rip enough. Rest in pieces. What do you think? Ito did pick the correct player character. Yeah, I agree. Enough has crossed the line and he can't uncross. I don't think there's any mods here, so you're lucky this time. Oh, I get to pick 3. Oh, I'm gonna pick Chest 2, Spork, and Bootleg 1. One might say that the monster prom had hardened us on the highs and lows of love. But no, in love we were absolute beginners, and summer camp was no different. No one talked about it, but the idea of a summer love loomed over our heads. Close to last day of camp, there was a meteor shower happening just 5 weeks away. Everyone knew that if you were into someone, you were going to watch that damn thing together, and so a silent yet powerful pressure invaded us. It was the monster prom all over again. Everything seemed uncertain, everything but one thing. Whoever we were asking on a meteor shower date was probably going to be one of the 6 coolest people on that bus. Joy Johnson Jojima, 23, a badass witch who wanted to chill a bit after saving the world countless times. Ravi Mishra, 22, a hot-headed adventurer possessed by a curse who had turned out to be the most annoying roommate ever. Alright, enough. I see where you're coming from. I feel you. I feel you. Okay, okay. Calculester Hewlett-Packard, you were in the first game as a DLC character. Version 1.1, a library computer who had become a sentient robot ready to experience life to its fullest. Moving in the correct direction. Okay, but this is pretty good too, I have to say. Dahlia Aquino, a buff blue demon and warmonger who had set her sights on conquering summer next. Damien LeVay, I remember you. A fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. And Mio Belladonna, 23. I like this person also. A death rapper, a death reaper doubling as an internet influencer, and who is proudly in love with life and all its earthly pleasures. Death grips, hands up. The bus trip was long and all of summer could be shaped by the first step well taken, and so it was clear it all came down to breaking the ice and causing a good impression with the right person. Which of these articles would you most want to read? How to headbutt a very big rock. Common mistakes when performing your very first fertility ritual. My deep complex feelings about camembert. What the fuck is that? I need to look up what that is. Cheese. I like cheese. Secret tricks to win at rock, paper, scissors. I always pick rock, and I somehow tend to win more often than not. 50 facts about sequoias. Very illegal things I do while in international waters. Peace. Okay. I'll take it. Camembert is a delicious cheese. It is soft like brie. Nice. Oh, that article is a favorite of mine. I didn't know you read it too, Aito. I've often said that one's soul is a lot like camembert. A buttery outer shell, a sweet gooey center. Got a brie. And it's easily perishable. Aito, I hope that you'll get more in touch with your inner camembert alongside me while we're at camp. For brie. We only had 5 weeks left to woo our crushes and conquer their hearts, but as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start.
Adventure awaits us.
Okay. Woods, I don't know. While you're hiking through the woods, you find a little clearing with a beautiful blue pond. There's a very handsome man staring deeply into the pond. He's talking to his reflection like it's another person, a person he really wants to fuck. That's a very gremlin emote. You swipe his wallet while he's not looking and find out his name is Narcissus. He is not an organ donor, asshole. And he's one punch away from getting a free smart water at 7-Eleven. Well, he's definitely not going to be using that anytime soon. You head to the gas station and gain +2 smarts for your smart water, from your smart water. Later, you're wandering through camp looking for Milo. Your therapist said you need to spend some time contemplating mortality. So hang out with the Reaper counts, right? Oh. Hey, I'd love to chat, bae, but I've got a gig. Actually, why don't you come along? It's a lovely day for a reaping, and you get the privilege of watching me work. Oh, hell yeah. Watching Milo lead a soul into the afterlife? That's gotta count as emotional reflection. You follow Milo to a rotting corpse where the soul awaits. Hello, little soul. I'm Death, but you can just call me Milo. Here's the bad news. You're dead. But the good news is, I'm going to take you to the afterlife. Let's go. You, Death, you have come for me. But first you must listen to my tale. 'Tis a tale of woe, of strife, of courtly ambitions, for I was the Grand Maester to the Mer-King. Another dead person with a tale. They always want to tell you a tale. People just don't respect the Reaper's time nowadays, you know? Go ahead, I suppose. I served the venerable Mer-King as Grand Maester. Days ago, the Mer-King was attacked in his sleep. He survived, but became obsessed with the idea that the attack had been a coup. He killed me in his paranoia, but I saw the attack with my own eyes. The Mer-King was not the victim of a coup d'etat. He was attacked by a vicious beast with the strength of 100 warriors. The beast, 'twas a doggish thing, and covered in the thickest fur, and it pissed all over the king's chamber. The room was positively drenched. Strangely enough, the beast seemed to be rather enjoying itself, barking and laughing, and I heard tale that it was goaded on by a mysterious specter. Well, that's another mystery, and to this day I wonder if— Wait! Are you even listening to me? The story is gripping, you should be paying attention. Oh, of course I wasn't listening. That story was way beyond my attention span. I was trying to figure out why I can't download your soul to my soul transporter app. So much lore. That's weird. What if I change the set? Oh, no. Oh, God, no. This better not be what I think it is. Hey, Grand Maester, by any chance, did you ever trade your soul to a demon? Trade my soul to a demon? Hey, what's up, Shumi? How's it going? I don't recall. I might have. It sounds like something I would do, but I don't recall the demon. That soul belongs to me, baby! Get ready for an eternity of Dahlia. 4 years ago, I made a deal with that guy. He swore that I could have his soul when he died for the low price of 4 ALF-themed Pogs. You know Pogs. Remember Pogs, you guys? Oh, yes. It's all coming back to me now. Great to see you again, Dahlia. I forgot I traded away my soul, but I never forgot those bitchin' ALF Pogs. They were so sweet. Such nice Pog. Would you guys trade your soul for 3 Pogs? For 3 Poggers? I'd trade one for one of Chuck E. Cheese. I like phlegm in my throat. It's kind of annoying. I was entertained by them for like 4 weeks. Then the next trade came and I forgot about them, but it was totally worth trading my soul. Make it 4 and we have a deal. OMG, the shenanigans. I can barely cope. Dahlia, I need you to relinquish the soul so I can take it to the afterlife. I refuse to let this affect my rating. That's fair. Sorry, Milo. I traded 4 whole Pogs for that soul. I'm not giving it up unless you give me something better. Excuse me. I'm making a soul army, and he's gonna be my first soldier. Shit. Looks like Milo needs to wrestle the soul from Dahlia's demonic grip. Bargain with Dahlia and get this sexy Reaper the recently deceased soul that they deserve. Trying to open a credit card? Hell yeah. Why worry about one pathetic little soul when you can trade it for an entire soul album? How about 20 ALF Pogs? Make it ring Pogs. Keeps getting declined, so I guess mine wasn't worth my damn. Fuck. Well, I tried. Oh, because I think it's because my creativity was high enough. I forgot that affects whether or not choices work. Whoa, an entire soul album. That's way more valuable than one puny soul. You've got a deal, Aito. Dahlia takes the album and tosses the Grand Maester soul to you. Wee, says the Grand Maester. Throw me again. Dahlia rolls her eyes and leaves. Yeah, Shumi, who's your favorite at camp? That was genius. Obviously, you gave her an album in the soul genre, like Aretha Franklin or Otis Redding. Smart move and clever wordplay, which I deeply appreciate. Oh wait, it did work. Holy shit. Milo just gave you a compliment. Normally that would make your heart rush with adrenaline and horniness, but strangely, you feel nothing. Spending the rest of the afternoon helping Milo film a makeup tutorial, but you just can't summon the emotion to applaud their objectively incredible silver eyebrush look. Aito, you're acting super weird and cold today. What's going on with you? And hey, why don't you have a reflection in the mirror anymore? Uh-oh, I think I fucked up. I have to ask, Aito, do you have a soul? Answer honestly, because you're acting really soulless today. Psh, no way, you totally have a soul. You reach in your backpack where you usually keep your soul, but instead you just find your Aretha Franklin CD. Wait, it means you gave Dahlia— oh fuck, you traded Dahlia your actual soul album, as in the CD that contains your soul. Shit! Obviously you chose to keep the soul— to keep your soul on a CD. You couldn't keep your soul on your body because you treat your body like a trash can, plus CDs have lossless quality. No! Can you dance, Shumi? You're Zune? You know, it's pretty safe there. Frankly, you. I'll have to depart at least until you get your soul back. Without a soul, you're just mean and cold. As someone who is kind and hot, I can't abide that. You know what, Milo? I feel that. That's how I feel talking to these fucks every day. Oh no, if you're going to flirt with Milo more, you need to get your soul back from Dahlia, and she's a firm believer in no takesies backsies. You have to barter. You start on eBay where Bay Area Baby 112 Bay Life Forever agrees to trade your Aretha Franklin CD for a rare meme compilation. Turns out Calculus are Lowe's rare memes. He says they help him fine-tune his humor algorithm. No one ever expects the soul Betamax. You traded the meme compilation to Calculus for 4,000 gold pieces. Trade the gold to your third grade teacher. In return, she gives you a bloody cursed scepter she found in a ziggurat. Dahlia loves the scepter and agrees to trade at last. Finally got your soul back, but all this bartering costs you a lot. Your Aretha Franklin CD, the opportunity to bond with Milo, -2 charm and -1 fun. I keep mine in a FLAC on a flash drive. Well, that was something. Oh, it's adorable. You're in the lake sunbathing. It's kind of relaxing, but hella boring. What's the issue? Have you lost your ability to have some fun unless you're playing video games or partying in wild raves? No, you see the problem now. You didn't put on sunscreen, but fun screen, which has a fun protection factor of 50. Or Oz, yeah, Oz is cute. You wash the fun screen away with some water and put on some sunscreen. There you go. You prevent some sunburn and gain +2 fun. This phlegm in my throat's really annoying the shit out of me. Hold on, I'm gonna mute for a sec. Gargle you, forehead. I don't feel like going to get salt. I have to go to the kitchen for that. You slip away and link up with Milo. They're reaping a baby koala today, and they told you it would be super cute. There you are, Ito. Come on, this adorable little soul won't harvest itself.
Oh, I'm a fan of Milo.
What the fuck am I looking at? I hate this. Hate when phlegm gets stuck in your throat for like a full, yeah. If it doesn't go away, I'll go get salt water. Oh, my teenage god. Milo, it's me, your biggest and most youthful fan. I have all your social media albums. Sure you do, honey. Anyway, this koala. I fooled you. It was really me, Counselor Flodge, your disguised instructor this whole time. I know you are, darling. I just thought you'd finally seen the light and joined the Millovers. Average review fan right there. Yeah, you're right. That's because I fooled you with camouflage, and I'm here to teach you how to do the same. No, thank you, my sweet, oblivious lizard person. What kind of monster would I have to be to hide this timeless elegance from the world? Ha! You're talking about physical camouflage, but I want you to think outside the box, that I hide inside while doing camouflage. Damn. I guess it'd be like that, Sharky. I'm talking about digital camouflage. Of everyone at camp, you're the one who needs it most, and I'm the one to teach it to you. Camouflage myself online? Why would I ever want to do that? I have millions of devoted fans. Oh no, it's a cyber safety class. I want the more people to fool with your incredible online camouflage. I'm sorry, but Milo Belladonna was not born to be invisible. I mean, technically, I wasn't born at all, but you get the idea. What about incognito mode, clearing your search history so nobody knows you've been going to www.fridgeswithdicks.com? What the fuck? I'm not leaving you alone until you admit there are at least some situations where disguising yourself online is a good idea. Fuck cyber safety. My IP is 124. That's real. Everyone go search up her IP. Hack her. For legal reasons, that was a joke. To be fair, if you try to mess with literal death online, that's just supernatural selection. Fair. Ooh boy, looks like you're gonna have to step in here if you want to kill that koala before sundown. I don't either. I don't even know Sharky either. I don't think most people do. What's a kind of e-disguise Milo might be down for? On my way to ping your IP. If you're renaming your account Chris Hemsworth Official, the title your Facetune. It's like disguising yourself as a hotter version of yourself. No. We're gonna do the Chris Hemsworth. You ping it until the person pays you to stop. Ping me on Discord until I kiss you to stop. What's that? Oh, sorry, wrong voice. I get them mixed up sometimes. What's that? You want me to impersonate a celebrity who likely keeps powerful lawyers on retainer? That's an amazing idea. Why don't you try it first? I still have an appointment with this baby koala. You did. Good job, Sharky. I'm proud of you. That's a good pants grab. You'd be happy to. This was your dumb idea after all. You leave Milo and Flodge and get to work changing your display name on Twitter and Instagram. It turns out that you're a really gifted Chris Hemsworth impersonator. You share relatable stories about raising 3 kids and being extremely hot. You're really feeling yourself when suddenly you get a DM from the real Chris Hemsworth. He says you need to talk. Uh-oh. You meet up with him in a local cafe a few hours later. He looks different than he did in Thor Ragnarok. You start to apologize for impersonating, but he stops with you smile. No, he says. It's quite alright, you see. I am not the real Chris Hemsworth. Flawless execution. Yeah. My name is Ryan. I inherited the title from the previous Chris Hemsworth, just as you will inherit it from me. What the fuck? He was not the real Chris Hemsworth either. His name was Cummerbund. Real Chris Hemsworth has been retired for 15 years and is living like a king in Aruba. It's been a wild ride, but I'm ready to retire here. Take my social media passwords and my attractive muscles. Sweet deal. You run back to Milo to share your success. I've been told that if I grew a beard, I'd look like Thor, so you know what? That's believable. It's wonderful, darling. It's as if you just stole the identity of your destiny. Also, I'd have to work out, but you know. I'm not willing to do either of those. Sure, yeah. Plus, Chris Hemsworth is tall enough that you and Milo can impersonate him by sitting on each other's shoulders inside a trench coat. You have a great time high-fiving fans and filming Thor movies until another impersonator comes along to take up the mantle. I guess Hollywood stars really are just like everyone else, huh? Gain +2 charm and +1 fun. Can you be me when I retire? Sure. I accept that. Who do I want to talk to? That's a moth. What does the moth do? I have to talk to the moth.
Why, hello there, Aito. Come to write by the firelight as well. I'm writing a letter home to my parents. They've asked so many questions about camp. It's exhausting answering them all. Have you been brushing your antenna every day? Are you getting enough clothing fibers in your diet? Has Aito heard any hot goss lately, and would they be so kind as to dish?
He is. I want to date the moth. Thanks for participating in Chris Hemsworth. This has been a Harvard social experiment. We thank you for your participation.
Well, I wouldn't want to be rude and not answer them, would I? I don't suppose you know of anything I could write home about.
Damn, all your parents asked you about was if you had enough pairs of socks. If it's gossip Mr. and Mrs. Man want, it's gossip they'll get. Be surprised if you could date the moth. It wasn't pickable at the start, but it would be nice if it's pickable later. Choose one. Thick, moist, molecular, sublime. Moist. Thick. Molecular. Sublime. Thick? Okay. Thick. An origami knife, the power of God in anime, the common cold, a hamster who's a trained assassin. A thick hamster assassin, perhaps? I've been something bigger than a seagull. A bigger seagull.
Wow, so many salacious details. My mother is going to blush straight through her fuzz. I can't wait to tell everyone in my family all about your story, Aito. Thanks.
Like tossing a breadcrumb to a flock of ravenous pigeons, your friends immediately devour and circulate your rumor.
No way!
Oh my god, is this a Skelly boy? Seagull 2.
Holy shit. Did you hear that Aito was in a gang? Yeah, I'm serious. The gang was allegedly super fearsome and they called themselves the Thick Crocodiles. I heard that Aito met the leader, Thick Mike the Were-Crocodile, at a seedy dive bar in the outskirts of town. Aito saw Thick Mike's gang tattoo of a seagull eating a bigger seagull and started asking Mike all about the gang. Thick Mike wasn't just going to let Aito join on the spot, however. There were apparently some pretty rigorous challenges to overcome first.
What a sick tattoo. I know, right?
Aito had to prank a cop, steal 2 gallons of blood, and even dry hump a red light. But none of that stuff compared to the final challenge. Aito had to fight Thick Mike himself using only a hamster who's a trained assassin. Aito won the battle and they were in the gang for a long time, almost 2 whole years. They eventually left though because they realized that they were too badass for that crowd. But if you ever see Aito's seagull tattoo, now you know what it's for. Weird, huh?
I got +2 fun. Oh, that was adorable. Alright, let's go to Camp Dome. Oh my fucking god. I don't know why that just like hit me in a place. Seeing them shooting a bow. It's a typical bloody Camp Dome battle royale. While you're hiding to catch your breath, a severed fist flies through the air and lands in your lap. You unfold it. The fist is holding a tarnished silver locket containing the photo of a loved one, likely waiting for the hand's former owner to return home safely. PC is cuter than most of the data watch. I think the PCs are actually the cutest, some of the cutest characters in the whole series. And it's a shame. Toss that behind you and also find a crumpled up coupon redeemable for +2 at Pedro's Pastrami Paradise. Oz. I especially like Oz, and I actually don't remember her name. I always name myself Aito, so I don't remember their names. I only remember Oz because Shumi's talked about him tonight. Avari isn't in that group. No, Avari is cute. I like the big blue demon lady too. Cool. Afterwards, you end up vibing with Milo. You're sharing a hammock, cuddled up close with each other, and you're both checking your phones. Hell yeah! What could be more emotionally intimate than quietly scrolling? Bro, this is like peak love language. Anyway. Suddenly, Milo's phone starts blowing up. Granted, Milo's phone is always blowing up, but right now it's worse than usual. No need to look so jealous, dear. Just a work text. I keep telling the head office not to contact me when I'm taking a staycation, but I suppose this reaping is urgent. La la la. Another day, another death. Oh my god. This is a little awkward, isn't it? Well, not awkward for you, because you don't know yet, and I shouldn't tell you. Ignoring what you say because I'm watching TikTok. That's a good one. But I can't resist a little gossip. Listen, Aito, I don't usually disclose proprietary information, but I just got a gig for next week to collect your soul. Huh? Milo's going to reap your soul? That sounds super terrifying and also a little bit hot. You asked Milo if this means you're going to die next week. Short answer, yep, you're totally going to die. Long answer, life, death, and fate are weird and messy, and it's hard to say 100% because of quantum nonsense. But if I'm getting the gig, yeah, you're going to die. Congrats. Holy shit, this is the most awkward news you've ever received while lounging in a hammock. You start to freak out. No, Aito, don't freak out. I'm an expert, and I promise you, it's not as scary as it seems. Death reminds us of the profound, infinite beauty of life. And realistically, it's not like you're immortal or anything. Sorry to burst your bubble, but death was going to find you eventually, boo. TVQH, I'm actually doing you a huge favor by letting you know ahead of time. It's my gift to you, the opportunity to go out with a bang.
This is the first day of the rest of your
Let's make this last week of your life the best week of your life. We'll spend every moment together and we'll end it with a huge party, a celebration of Aito. A whole week with Milo, that sounds like heaven, and it's exciting enough to distract you from your imminent death. You're in. Lovely. God, you're going to get so many posthumous followers. I'm almost jealous. Oh, and we should start considering the party aesthetic right away. We need some big, memorable main event at the party. Something that'll honor your true essence, Aito, and Avi. It should be Snapchat friendly. Any ideas? Time to shine quick. What's the perfect way to 1. Entertain your party guests, 2. Commemorate your entire existence, and 3. Impress Milo? You will narrate the epic tale of your life through the profound carnal medium of interpretive dance. You'll have friends give toasts in your honor. It'll be emotionally moving, and everyone will get shit-faced. I like getting shit-faced. I like my friends getting shit-faced. Ah, that's perfect. It'll be like celebrating your life by intertwining it with the lives of the people you loved. I had no idea you were so profound, Aito. You know me. Reverse baby shower. That's good. I like that. But if I know anything about drunken party toast, we're going to need pre-approval on those speeches. We've got no choice but to conduct a rehearsal immediately. Spend the afternoon getting all your friends together and breaking the big news. You're dying next week. Shockingly, they all seem pretty okay with it. You humbly request that they all deliver a toast for you at the party, and just to be safe, you write the speeches yourself. Alright, lovely people. Welcome to the rehearsal for Aito's elegant end-of-life blowout bash. Let's proceed with the heartfelt eulogies. Oh my god, Polly. Is that a boomer shower? Yes. OMG, I can't believe that Aito is dying. I'm like totally sad about it. Wah. But honestly, being dead isn't even a thing. Ghosts have more fun. My favorite memory of Aito is when they saved the school bus of orphans from falling into a pit of lava using only their mega thick ass cheeks. Damn! Anyway, let's pour one out for Aito and pour another one out for Aito's butt. Those cheeks will be missed. You guys gonna miss my cheeks when I die? Aito lore. Yeah, well, you know how it is. Gotta do what you gotta do. Okay. Am I the only person who is kind of weirded out that Aito is apparently dying next week? No? Just me? Cool. Think enough. Anyway, Aito is apparently the most emotionally intelligent, thoughtful, and woke friend I've ever had. Here's to you.
Nice try.
Aito, I don't think people actually fall for this, do you?
Some space for Dahlia.
I do like Dahlia's voice a lot.
Gather one and all. I shall now read aloud a speech commemorating Aito. It is a speech that I definitely wrote myself. Besides me, Aito is the greatest warrior of all time. Their legacy...
I like how there is like lowercase because it changes depending on what you pick.
Their legacy shall be written in the stars next to Hercules and Orion. I drank in their honor.
Every moment is
That's fair. I believe that. I think they made that up. What an incredible toast, everyone. I think it's quite clear that Aito touched so many lives, including mine. Here's one last rehearsal toast from yours truly. Aito is a silly goose, we're all aware of that. But we must remember that geese are some of the sweetest and cutest birds in the whole wide world.
never stop being you.
Forgot the word illiterate earlier? Nice. I thought I knew what it meant to really fall in love with life, but watching Aito's constant, elegant failures taught me that lesson all over again. Cheers, bae. Character in Doki Doki was illiterate. Hell yeah. That went shockingly well. You all spend the rest of the day getting totally drunk with your friends to practice for your party. I love that tomfoolery earns you +3 creativity. Can't be a professional if you don't constantly fuck up.
So many places to go.
Alright, let's go to the manor. That day in the haunted manor, you find a bunch of ghosts playing craps. You're terrible at gambling, but that's never stopped you before. You face up against the craps champion, slam all of your chips down on the table, and crowd, "I bet my immortal soul." Everyone gasps, and then some dude says, "Dude, chill." Someone says, "Dude, chill. We're just like playing to have fun. Nobody's even betting real money." Oh, You're not used to such low stakes betting around camp. Honestly, it's a relief. You bet +2 boldness against a champion instead, and you win. Since you're dying next week, Milo has been helping you live your last days to the fullest. Currently, the two of you are getting a super fancy pedicure where little fish eat the dead skin off your feet. It feels amazing, and it's hella IG worthy. Don't worry, Sharky. Good luck with the contractor stuff. Thanks for the raid. Mwah. That really hits the spot. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Fish give better pedicures than people. And I need some R&R. This non-stop life celebrating with you has been all-consuming. But honestly, I can't remember the last time I had so much fun. Milo looks at you with such bedroom eyes, your heart starts to race. It's a tender moment. While we're enjoying this tender moment, I thought we could talk deets for your end-of-life bash. Gummy worms and soda pop? Hell yeah. I've been really immersing myself in the preparations. Aito, this might be some of the finest party planning work of my entire career. First off, the venue is insane. I got my boss to let me borrow her interdimensional penthouse. The ceiling is made of diamonds, and the bodyguards are literally 4-dimensional. We're going to do this huge dramatic entrance for you where you burst out of a coffin. Cute, right? And the coffin outfit is the perfect amount of slutty, trust me. Soda pop. Sody pop. Oh, and you're not going to believe the guest list. All the basics, sure, but we have some huge guests on here. I did not realize you had this kind of pool, darling. Chicken noodle soup. Keep it on the DL, but we've got several prominent ghosts coming, both Edison and Tesla, so things should get interesting. But still, I feel like something's missing. I think we need a big, mind-blowing VIP surprise guest. Someone who can show up halfway through the party, uninvited, and have a poetic final embrace with you. A real moment, you know. Yeah, we even got the past 7 Chris Hemsworth in here too. Does anyone come to mind? Maybe a long-lost twin from whom you were separated at birth and have never actually met. Milo's right. You definitely need a kick-ass special guest for your party. You don't have any long-lost twins that you know about, but you do know the perfect VIP to invite. The obstetrician who was there for your birth. He ushered you into this world, and he'll usher you out. The party is all about you, so summon alternate versions of yourself from other timelines. It'll be poetic and awesome, like when Beyonce looks in a mirror. I like both of those. Chat, help me pick. Which one do you like more for? Beep babu babi. Second one is just Kingdom Hearts. Alright. Fuck. You guys fucked up. That was your fault. Multiverse selves are a little trite, don't you think? But I suppose if we don't have any better ideas. You and Milo finish your pedicures, and then you go ask Joy to perform a summoning ritual of your alternate selves from other timelines. Joy says she can do the ritual, but it's super difficult, dangerous, and it'll cost her some of her life force. You and Milo assure her this is a matter of life and death. She's a competent-ass witch, so she rips open a huge multiversal portal. It's purple, pulsing, and she yanks like 8 different versions out of you out of that thing. I got something pulsing, purple and pulsing right here for you, pants grab. If you were worried about that, you were worried that your multiverse selves might be a bunch of losers, but shockingly, those Aitos are all wildly bangable, as all Aitos are. There's an alternate Aito who's a part-time life-saving firefighter and a part-time stripper firefighter. That's fair. The scarf in all my art. Yeah, that's definitely what I meant. That's definitely what I meant. Why is my scarf pulsing? That's That's something to think about. Another Aito is a world famous doctor that cured cancer and polio. They are also a world-renowned stripper. Why am I a stripper in every other timeline? And then there's a version of you that's the same in every way, but they have way better hair. Hey, how do you have better hair than this? Scar penis? Very magic or a side effect of the asbestos dust? Who knows? Scarf penis? No, it is not a scarf penis. Sorry. I do not wrap my huge, massive, throbbing cock around my neck in public. Wow, this is a rainbow of Aitos. I never knew you could be so seductive. Oh my, am I dreaming, or is that an alternate version of you that looks exactly like Alexander Skarsgård? Hey Milo, says Alexander Skarsgård Aito. I have no idea who that is. It's no accident that I was ripped out of that portal. It was fate. Let's run away together. Same here, says Better Hair Aito. It was fate for me too. Ditch that loser version of me and I'll take you on the most romantic motorcycle ride. Am I getting NTR'd by my own selves? I would, you know what, I'd do the same thing. I can't even be mad. I would do it. I'd do it if I got sent to another dimension.
Aesthetics on point.
Motorcycles, fate, running away together? Oh, I can't resist. Oh no, all of your multiverse selves are also super into Milo, and it looks like Milo is losing interest in you fast. Milo pulls you aside. Listen, Aito, I know we were supposed to spend the rest of the week together, but something's come up. I need to cancel, you understand. But never fear, I'm going to pull a few strings upstairs and reschedule your death. You'll die in a few years, okay? I just have to fill out like one request form. Wait, Milo could reschedule your death this whole time? Why didn't they do that earlier? You had a good attitude about it, but it's not like you wanted to die. And done. Your death is rescheduled, the party's cancelled, and I'm free to ditch you. Toodles, boo! Milo saunters away to go enjoy all the obviously superior Aitos that came through the multiverse portal. Your summer crush is totally over you, and the heartbreak makes you lose -3 fun. But hey, at least you're not dying next week. That's something. Fuck. Okay, should we just talk to Mothman every night? I kind of want to, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, I should meet all the characters because I have a better idea of who I like for future stuff. We'll go talk to these two so I can meet Avari. You wander around the campfire, over to the campfire, hoping to appear. I don't read. I look at like three words on screen and I just start assuming what the sentence says. You wander over to the campfire, hoping to peer pressure someone into making you a s'more. When you find Milo, Avari, and Hex, they're all gathered around with notebooks. Oh, right, because yeah, I guess it would talk. That's fair. Hey, Aito, check it out. We're doing poetry. It's like normal sentences, but deep. Exactly, Hex. As a reaper with the finest taste in the living arts, of course I'm a poetry stan. Hi, my name's Aito. I'm 136, and I never learned how to fucking read. Oh yeah. In my infinite compassion, I thought that poetry could be a nice exercise for Avari to connect with her feelings and embrace them now with a little more joy. I can't do that justice. Aito, it would come 136. As opposed to her usual blind rage. Come on, Arabi. Poetry is tight. I mean, usually I express myself through the flavor of Pringles I'm eating, but Milo has shown me I can also express his feelings with words. That's wonderful, Hex. You see, Ravi dear, there's poems for everyone, like epics or poems too. An epic sounds right up your alley, doesn't it? Just don't really get it. I mean, my grandmother used to read me the Mahabharata when I was a kid. That one was cool, and it might count as an epic, I guess. And I'm trying to put my feelings into this poem, but the only feeling I have is deep desire to win! You have a desire to win? What do you want to win? The battle against your own vulnerability? Hey, no, you doof! I want to win the poetry, obviously. Bro. Same? I feel that. Arabi, This is not a competition. Poetry is the opposite of competitive. You're insulting Sylvia Plath by implying otherwise. As usual, Milo's just lying to my face so they can get an advantage at the poetry battle. Nice try, Milo. That trick won't work on me. Robbie's kind of stupid. I'm not sure if you caught that yet. You think? I don't know. I'm not totally convinced. Besides, I've told you this over and over. Everything is a competition. Everything? What about, I don't know, sleeping? Yes, it is. It's a competition for who can get the most of it. Or you can do a challenge run to see who can survive on the least sleep possible. But what about yoga? A competition for who is the most bendy and sweaty, duh. Bro, who wants to go get bendy and sweaty with me? Wait, you guys, listen to this poem I wrote. Bagels. They used to be everywhere, but now they're inside me. That's almost a haiku. Checks this out. Checks this instantly passes out. That's impressive. It's a metaphor for consumerism. Milo's getting frustrated with Arabi's lack of vulnerability, and Arabi's about to physically fight Milo. Intervene before someone's feelings get hurt. Ever heard of slam poetry? It's poetry that you can turn into a blunt weapon to beat your opponents with. Whoever can club an enemy to death with their poem is the winner. Oh yeah, enough. Let's go. Arabi, you haven't even been writing poems. These are just walkthrough guides. If anyone here is a winner, it isn't you. I want to be nice to Arabi because I like. I don't know why I said that 3 times.
Oh, a critical hit.
I like her voice actually. Be nice to Arabi. Yeah. Whoa. Did you just say blunt weapons? I specialize in blunt weaponry. Because you like. Yeah, you know what? I like. What's wrong with that? No, Aito. Slam poetry is a form of poetry reading that rewards the most ham-fisted performance possible. It's too late. Arabi is no longer listening. She's rolled up her poems like a newspaper and she's using them to beat the shit out of a pair of nearby goblins. These goblins were clearly just taking a union-approved smoke break from their normal gig of being dungeon monsters, but Arabi doesn't listen when they insist they're off duty. Even though the goblins are screaming in pain, they do seem to like Arabi's poetry. If we're going to die, let me do a goblin voice.
Yeah, if we're going to die, at least we're beaten to death by such beautiful words.
You guys seen any loot around here?
Ah, sick! Check out the loot I got from these dead goblins. 2 whole packs of cigarettes. Nice. All right, she says nice. That's a win in my book. Do you even smoke? Fuck no, but I can craft. I guess a cigarette helmet? Is that a thing?
Life gives you lemons.
Well, I'm scandalized by this violence, but do you feel a bit better now, Aravi? Yeah, it's kind of felt good to let it all out like that. Maybe poetry really is a good outlet for anger and other bad feelings and stuff. I finally understand poetry. It truly is a beautiful art. I'm so happy we're finally on the same stanza. Yes, a beautiful art, just like Taekwondo or Jiu-Jitsu, or cutting someone's head off with a longsword. If you could craft a giant cigarette out of all the little ones, dude, that'd be sick.
Poetry!
You know what, Milo? I think I'll definitely be writing more poetry in the future, especially if I run into any more low-level creatures. Ah, that's adorable. I'm so happy I could help, and also I was right from the beginning, and I knew it. Is that just a cigar? Yeah, sure, that works. Which could be used as an incendiary device with toxic smoke. Yeah, that works. I do. You know that teaching Arabi to beat people with poems just to gain her affection is super irresponsible, right? And being irresponsible is what I'm all about. Fist bump, bro. Heck yeah, everybody's happy except those goblins who are near death, but you didn't come here to fuck a goblin. There better be a goblin in part 3, I swear to God. I want to fuck a goblin. Unless there's some sort of super secret ending for that, in which case your game. It better be. What'll it be then? I'm not particularly good in any skill, so gamble. You new here? Don't fret.
Let me explain how this works. I will prepare you a drink, the drink of the day. You may choose to drink that one. If you're not interested, you're lucky. There's a mystery box with this second option. Could be better, it could be worse, but one thing is for sure, it will be mysterious.
Beheadings were easier with a sword versus axe. Axes had a tendency to just crush bone instead of cutting through flesh. See Richard Königsberg, 3rd Earl of Cambridge. Took the axeman 12 tries before they just had to kick his head off his body because the axe... Really? I didn't know that. That's very interesting, Jay. Thank you. Jay's in Team Aravi. The world returns to the correct order. This is the alpha timeline.
It could be better, it could be worse, but one thing is for sure, it will be mysterious. And these drinks, look, choose whatever you want, but I'm not responsible for whatever you put in your mouth.
By the French and Germans used swords to execute nobles. English and Scots used axes. Fucking Brits. Doing it the wrong way.
I'm a wizard in training. For you to test my concoctions is somewhere between kind and reckless. Potion seller. Potion seller, I need your strongest potions. You can't handle my potions. So get ready and good luck. No idea if I got the recipe right. Want to try it?
Why do you think the Brits' teeth are all fucked up? Damn, that's harsh.
Otherwise, you always have the mystery box.
I'll drink love potion number 9, like Mambo number 9. Drink it. Last person executed by guillotine was executed in 1977. I did know that. Potion seller, I require your strongest potions. I'm going into battle.
Yeah, no, totally. I was testing your common sense. And you passed. Your prize is the drink you chose. The love potion number 9. The right way to get someone to like you more is by being yourself and finding someone with whom you can match. But the fast way is by drinking this drink. Still hard to believe you drank that. Good luck, I guess.
Fuck yeah, dude. Would you guys drink a love potion? I would. I'd fucking give it a whirl. Scout HQ. Damn, we did a good job. That day in Monster Scouts, you learned how to build scarecrows. That's vaguely nature-related, right? You decided to take it a step further, though. You had a magical crystal you found in a cave last month to your scarecrow to turn into a sentient being. The scarecrow is very grateful to have been made alive. You take your new friend out for a soda pop, and have a very pleasant afternoon. In your forces is to assemble him so the next group of scouts can use the materials. Your scarecrow begs you not to relinquish your gift of life, but you're a dedicated monster scout first. There's one of them floating around in D&D campaign right now. I'm pretty sure I'm feeding it to Sharky later on when I can afford it. Fuck yeah, dude. I will try to catch that. Do you guys stream your D&D, right? I'll try to catch some of those. The scouts appreciate your dedication to the organization. You're awarded +2 creativity. Later, you're super excited. You found a package of weird cookies by your tent, and you're about to dig in. Fuck yeah, cookies. Well, if it isn't Aito, put down those dog treats, darling. I need your assistance for the job. Help me out, and I promise I'll make it worth your while. Milo just saved you from eating literal dog food, so you figure you owe them one. And besides, you'll do anything for this sexy reaper. You agree to help with the gig. Milo leads you to a corpse with a soul floating over it. Wow, I guess souls are just like glowing balls that float, and people can just see them? Good to know. Aw, aren't you an adorable little soul? Hello, dear. My name is Milo. I'm Death, obviously. Oh god. The soul responds, Hail and well met. I am the master of peasant torture for my divine sovereign, the Mer King. If memory serves, the Mer King chopped off my head. Yep, you're super dead. I'm here to take you to the afterlife. Aren't you a lucky soul? You could have ended up with one of those less fashionable reapers. I suppose I just never thought that my life would be cut short so soon, and the circumstances of my death so tragic, so murderous, so headless. I shall tell you both the tale. One night the Mer King suffered a strange, violent attack on his life. He thought the attack was a coup orchestrated by a small council. Huh? A coup? The Mer King? This is all sounding strangely familiar. Keep going, darling. I'm officially curious. And thus the Mer King killed us all in a blind rage. But I saw the attack with mine own eyes. It was no coup, rather it was an attack committed by a strange hot ghost and some kind of hairy dog man. Ollie is pretty hot. The ghost snuck and the dog snuck into the Mer King's chamber and glued a single golden coin to his floor. The Mer King bent down to pick up the coin, but he couldn't grasp it. It looked quite the dunce, I assure you, and while he was struggling to pick up the coin, the ghost dropped an anvil on his head. The nerve! Wow, yes, what a tragic, horrible, violent attack. What mischievous fiends. But despite the tragedy of my death, I see now what a precious gift life has been. I only wish that I had lived it more fully, more boisterously. So true, babe. I love your attitude. It's so rare to meet a soul that appreciates life. After all, life is like a river, and we're all just paper lanterns floating along it. Truly, look, I even made a bucket list containing the 246 things I wanted to do before I died. What a tragedy that I did not complete even a single item from this list. Oh, right, the potion for Cusco. Cusco's potion. Poison. That's fair. Hey, Peter. Oh, darling, really? Not even a single item? I shouldn't do this, but I'm such a natural empath. I can't resist. Kronk is great. I love that movie. Probably my favorite Disney movie. I'm going to bend the rules just this once. Before I take you off to the afterlife, you can pick one item off your list, and Aito and I will help you complete it. Aye, thank you. Thank you, gorgeous Nelican Angel of Death. But oh, which shall I choose? Which? Take a look at the bucket list and you see it. The perfect bucket list item to finish off this reaping gig and impress Milo while you're at it. Suggest it, baby. Gotta go meta here. Choose bucket list number 122. Cross something off my bucket list. There's only one thing in this list worth doing. Become immortal. Actually, that's very doable. If I understand the logic correctly, then we could just cross this item off the list. The snake eats itself. But there's something I still don't get. Why did you put cross something off the bucket list on the list itself, hon? Oh, to be honest, I made that bucket list with the best of intentions, but I never truly devoted any time and energy to completing things I wanted to do. Thought that maybe I'd been too ambitious, and that adding an achievable, realistic goal would help me build up some momentum. Wanting to think that I died before achieving even my most modest goal. Ha! Procrastination at its finest, I suppose. OMG, I totally get it. I'm a bit of a procrastinator myself. I was supposed to take you to the afterlife like 3 days ago, but life gets in the way. Babe, as a fellow procrastinator, you've totally inspired me. Let's just forget about this list for a minute. The dead man is me. You're a fresh, vibrant soul. You're here with the best Reaper in the industry and Aito, who's dumb, but very cute. Let's go do something fun together right now. We'll worry about checking shit off that list after we've enjoyed each other's company. You, Milo, and the Soul proceed to have the greatest day ever. You carpe the shit out of this DM. You ride jet skis. You drunkenly share life stories with each other. And you finish off the day with the ultimate celebration of being alive, going to a janky amusement park. After a literally perfect day, you and Milo drop off the Soul in the afterlife. Thank you, Milo. That was the best day ever. I can't believe how much cotton candy Aito ate. I'll contemplate it for eternity. I had to drop an entire 3 milliliter thing of fucking insulin, but it was worth it. What a sweetie, and what a nice day. Mortals have so few days, you know. I'm happy that we made good use of this one. Wait. Oh my god, wait! We never crossed anything off that sweet soul's bucket list! I'm dead. That unbelievable procrastinating rascal. Lol. It's for the best, though. After all, life isn't about crossing things off a list. It's about grasping the present moment like a fragile bird in the palm of your hand.
You're killing it.
I know you get just what I mean, Aito. Thanks for being my little helper. I wouldn't settle for anyone else. Milo has filled you with a lust for life and a lust for Milo. Your powerful urges give you +3 boldness. Carpe diem, baby.
Brought my first aid kit, just in case.
All right. That was Scout HQ, right? Back to the woods. That day while hiking through the woods, you find a tree with the words J and S forever carved into it. Aww. Then on another tree, you find J is a liar and a cheating hoe. That's less cute. Then on yet another tree, you find S. I know you bang like 12 people abroad in Europe. Don't dish what you can't take. On the last tree, S doxes J. It turns out J lives on 7889 plus 2 smarts lane. Well, you sure can learn a lot from trees. You meet up with Milo for an intense session of jazz appreciation, but your emotional moment is ruined by a big stupid jerk.
Appreciating jazz, I see. Well, when I'm through with this camp, the only music you'll be appreciating is a soft rock cover of Achy Breaky Heart on In This Repeat.
Yes, you mean you're going to turn Camp Spooky into a dad's house?
You wish you were that lucky, but I'm an evil CEO after all. So I'm here to buy up Camp Spooky and turn it into a shopping mall.
There is a tree missile that's apparently usable. Interesting. That tree had my IP address on it. What the fuck? Really? How'd you get to be so wealthy with so little business sense? No one goes to shopping malls anymore. What the fuck do you mean by a missile? Like the tree shoots missiles, or the tree that the tree is a missile? Then what? How does the tree shoot itself? Who's shooting the tree? Are the beavers conspiring? Are they going to war? The special made missile that plants a tree. Oh, interesting. That sounds like, yeah, that's up enough, Sally.
Oh yeah, hotshot. Well then, where do teens go to hang out with their friends?
The internet.
Okay, but where do brands hawk their latest wares?
The internet.
Fine, but where, I ask you, do people buy useless gadgets they never need or truly want in order to stave off the boredom of their daily lives?
The Skymall catalog. Also the internet.
Yes, this internet, it's got me at every turn, unless... Yes, that's it, I'll buy the internet and build a shopping mall on it. Just have to make a few calls.
Do you even know how the internet works? It's not an object you can buy. And is that a car phone? Attached to a sports car you didn't drive here? You're...
Done. Turns out the Vanderbilts were looking to sell the internet after all. Too many peasants, they said. Looks like it's time to ruin it with business.
Get him LRS an acre of land and make a forest. Enough saves the day with missiles. True to his word, the CEO soon makes the internet even more of a consumerist wasteland than it was before. Annie installs an Annie's Pretzels somehow. I hate that I know exactly what an Annie's Pretzels is. And that we have one in my mall. No, my beloved internet. How will followers authentically connect with my brand when the internet is polluted with all these brands? I didn't want to have to do this, but there's a secret internet I happen to know about. Did the internet really need an Annie's Pretzel too? I guess so. Ordinarily, only influencers are allowed, but this is an emergency. Damn, I'm sorry enough. If we could just transfer everyone else to that internet, then we'd all be free of that madman's machinations. But how will we convince everyone to jump ship? Spread a rumor that the current internet has reached its expiration date and will soon start to smell bad. The internet's too fast nowadays. Make the internet slower so people can really savor it. Build a Wetzel's Pretzels and internet too. Good idea. You guys think the internet is too fast? Rather carpet bomb the land with trees, that's fair. This is tough. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Does anyone have a choice here? Okay. I'm gonna try it. Hey! You know, I never thought of it that way, but the internet really is too fast after all. One of life's greatest pleasures is anticipation. Fast internet. I only use Internet Explorer, so I have no idea what you're talking about. It's just words. I want to load porn one line at a time. Fuck yeah, dude. Good days. I think you're really onto something here. I'll let the Council of Influencers know right now. Soon you're welcoming your first wave of users onto your new, tantalizingly slow internet. Milo hops on too. Wow, I've always loved the way the sun rises over the Atlantic Ocean. Now I can experience that same sensation just by attempting to load a JPEG of it. Just think, the pixels I'm now enjoying were dispatched from a faraway server 13 minutes in the past. It's longer than it takes for light to travel from the sun to the earth. And what's this? It seems the comments on my gram have also changed dramatically. Look here. I was going to post something super racist, but in the 2.5 hours it took the comment section to load, I had time to really think about my choices. I'm now devoting my life to the study of social justice and the baking of artisanal breads. Thanks, slow internet. Oh, how wonderful. And in the time it took this comment to post, he's already probably become a master of both. What a magical idea this was, Aito. I can finally take the time to stop and smell the pixels. They smell like lavender.
Curses! Customers are leaving my internet in droves, and why? Just because your internet is slower and I replace YouTube with a food court? Pah.
Let's go, intern.
You may have won this round, internet-illiterate youngsters, but you haven't heard the last of Mr. Pappas. Come, Patrick.
Did we know that guy? He didn't seem relevant to my brand, so I forgot all about him. Anyway, how about a relaxing night of waiting for Netflix to load and chill? Hell yeah. Technological advances soon return to the new internet to a regular speed, but you savor the moment and gain +2 creativity and +1 charm. Yeah. Good job, guys.
Marshmallows, anyone?
I'll go hang out with Mothman again.
Hey, Aito. I was just in the middle of a date with this sexy campfire, but I could put it on standby if you're here to share some juicy gossip.
You're not, but you just want to chill by the campfire.
It wasn't a question or a suggestion. Give me some gossip or prepare to join the campfire.
What? Is he pointing a gun at you? Gosh, this dude is in dire need of gossip. Well, you have some. This is literally me rolling up to V to ask about VTuber drama. Well, you have some appreciation for your life, so let's concoct some lies and gossip for this psycho to spread. I want to ruin this adorable moth. I think he would. He might ruin you with how things are looking right now. A thick old tome of erotic Italian poetry. I like that. I'm going with that. A skateboarding dog. A clear metaphor of love and death. A very outdated meme. A rebellious middle finger. Someone else's mom's face. Meme. Type in a celebrity who peaked in the 90s. Ron Jeremy? Okay, you know what? I'll do it. Ron Jeremy. Got one of those flashing light bouncy balls. Just get one of those flashing light bouncy balls and chuck it as hard as you can. GG easy. Hell yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with me. My murderous desire for gossip has been satiated. For now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to repeat the process while I spread your rumor around camp. You there, I have a question. Would you like to hear this amazing rumor, or do you want your life to end right here and now?
Next Ringo emote. Get. I need a gun. Your gossip weaves its way through the rumor mill and comes spitting out the other end like so. Oh, I don't know you. You're new. Hey, has anyone told you the news about Aito yet? Well, have you ever wondered why they never take their shirt off? I heard it's because they have a secret scar on their upper back. Apparently, it is big, and if you look at it carefully, you can tell that it kind of looks like a very outdated meme. Gonna go pick her up from the Philippines first. I'm fucking... Alright, see you guys later. Regular size gun with a colored Aito pixel on it. Crazy, right? But it's even crazier how they got the scar. They were at a cafe. When their order was ready, it was an unexpected turn of events. The barista wrote Aito's name so wrong that it actually read Ron Jeremy. And guess what? Ron Jeremy was also at that cafe. So both Aito and Ron Jeremy claimed that beverage, and the only way out of the situation was, of course, through an old-fashioned duel to the death. Not so well-known fact, Ron Jeremy wields the switching blade like an angel, and they inflicted that fatal scar. But you know how they say never bring a knife to a gunfight? Well, Aito may say always bring a thick old tome of erotic Italian poetry to a knife fight because they fought back with that. And Ron Jeremy totally kicked their ass. I wonder if Aito will ever show anyone else their scar. Do you think seeing it would change your opinion of them? That's what happened to Ron Jeremy, yeah. Well, regardless of how the scar would hypothetically make you feel, Aito's reputation is very non-hypothetically altered by this rumor. -4 creativity. Fuck.
Today will be a camptastic day.
And now everyone thinks I got my ass beat by Ron Jeremy. Lake. Before you go to the lake, you decide to make the most fun inflatable toy to float on that you possibly can. You combine many of your favorite fun things: ice cream, tabletop games, watching your enemies fail, ducks. The resulting amalgamation is certainly interesting, even if it doesn't exactly float on water. You decide to name your toy Dr. Frankenfun, or maybe you should just name it Dr. Frankenfun's Monster? Yes. I think I am single-handedly ruining this run. Nah, it's fine. Should put Tony Hawk. That man's knees are glass. Damn. You're probably right, though. Just beholding the horror you've created gives you +2 fun. A wild Milo appears. Your heart starts beating fast. Is this another of your dreams about Milo baking you a loaf of bread in the French countryside? Isn't class that man's bank account? Yeah, you are correct. Aito, I've been looking around for you, and now here you are in my clutches. Now that I found you, want to do me a favor? I've got a soul reaping gig today, and I could use a helper. You're 80% sure this isn't a dream. You agree to help Milo. They lead you to a fresh corpse with a soul waiting right above it. The soul looks like a dope blue orb. His stealth skill is totally maxed out too somehow. Is it? Hi, I'm Death, but my friends call me Milo. Let me be the first to say congrats on shuffling off that pesky mortal coil. Ah, I've been expecting you. I assume you're here to lead me to the afterlife? I died for a few minutes when I was a child, so I'm somewhat familiar with the intake process. Exactly. Oh, I love souls who've died before. They're refreshingly chill. I'm just going to ask you a few questions before we go. First, state your name, please. I am Remedius Targaryeek, commander of the Mer-King's Guard and knight of the Mer Realm. Praise be the Mer-King. And just to confirm that you're actually dead, how were you killed? Prepare thyself. 'Tis a terrifying story. I served many years on the Mer-King's council, but 'twas the Mer-King himself who killed me. That is true. He does have a lot of stories where people are like, wow, you look kind of like that Tony Hawk guy. Wait, doesn't he have some stories where he's like, people have talked about Tony Hawk to him? And not... That man is like impressively bad at looking like himself. One night the Mer-King was attacked in his sleep. He survived but became paranoid of his small council, thinking the attack was a coup. His paranoia led him to behead me, his most loyal knight. But the Mer-King was wrong. Just before my death, I discovered the attack was orchestrated by an ancient order who had authored many terrible acts across history. This foul order is known as the Masters. As they execute their devious plans, they chant Masters, Masters, Masters. But they spell it with a Z. 'Twas horrifying beyond belief. The police seeing his name on the list, Anthony Hawk, like that skater dude. Wonder what he's doing. No one knows what he looks like. They all just know his name. That's, yeah. And I happened to notice the Masters had quite admirable derrieres. Seriously, they were caked up to a ridiculous degree. Wow, that was a lot. I'm just going to check the death by country courtly intrigue high fantasy box in the forum. Now that we've completed the identity and mortality checks, I see that you qualify to choose your afterlife destination. Congrats. Which afterlife would you like to be taken to? There are infinite afterlives you can choose from, so really the only limit here is your own imagination. That's so poetic. I love my job. Maybe that the gold champion were just planning on committing a coup. Yes. Oh, brother, I'm rather unsure. I enjoyed pudding, so perhaps some kind of dairy, or rather, maybe an orgy? But that's so cliche. Egad, let me think for a moment. I realize that you're literally contemplating infinity here, but please hurry this up. I have a very strict posting schedule to get back to. My followers need consistency, babe. Golf. I was confused as what gold champion meant. I was gonna assume... I just assumed it was something to do with Minecraft. I don't know why. I knew that the golf champions were just plotting. They do... Golf people are pretty caked up. The man yelling mashed potatoes was the straw that broke the camel's back. Who yelled mashed potatoes? Oh, please be patient. Looks like Milo is getting impatient. You can tell because they just tweeted, "I'm super impatient right now, lol." Quick suggestion: afterlife destination for the soul. A big farm upstate with plenty of room to run. If you've collected enough karma points, you can redeem them to get reincarnated, like as a sentient burrito or a K-pop star. Ah, fuck! I should have asked chat. Reincarnation, you say, Milo? I don't think you mentioned that as an option. I cannot believe you just brought up reincarnation. It's the most complicated option here. I should have guessed, actually, that wouldn't be good. The video of some golf game and some random man can be heard yelling mashed potatoes right as the guy swings. Wow. Interesting. Want to come back as a house cat? That's fair. You have no idea how much harder you just made this reaping. I'm gonna need to know exactly how this works. How does one accrue karma points? Exactly how many do I have right now? However many I have, I should have more. Do karma points come from previous lives expire? If you care at all about customer service, I'm sure you'll let me test drive lives to see which one I prefer. But my biggest issue is the reincarnation options. I demand to be reincarnated as a sexy giraffe. Why? Apparently it's happened a few times. That's interesting. That's my business, Reaper. Don't make me ask for your manager, but obviously I want to make love in the body of a sexy giraffe. Okay, Boomer. The giraffe package is 1,200 karma points. You only have 1,000 karma points. I'm sorry. But you don't have enough points to reincarnate as a sexy giraffe.
That's not true.
I can't believe I just used objective numbers to communicate. This is the most aesthetically draining conversation I've ever had. And this is the worst customer service I've ever received. I want to be a giraffe. I demand a discount. Fine. You want to be a sexy giraffe that badly, then I'm just going to take 200 karma points from Aito. This whole thing is their fault anyway. Milo snaps their fingers and the soul starts fading into a halo of light. I'm so happy, it sobs with joy. I'm finally going to have a long-ass neck. I've never been so happy.
Sorry, not sorry.
Ew, that whole thing was not a vibe. I'm leaving. Aito, remind me to avoid spending time with you in the future, okay? Ouch. Goddamn. Milo takes off, clearly annoyed at you. You're sad that you upset them, and you're also sad that you lost all those karma points. At this point, you'll be lucky to get reincarnated as a can of Pamplemousse LaCroix. Along with the karma points you lose -2 charm and -1 smarts. Frick. Back to the camp dome. That day at the camp dome, you're doing some classic battle royale. Lots of fun and murder. You've cornered another player who begs you to spare her life. You decide to spare her, but you still shoot an arrow in her spleen. Little known fact, people store excess charm in there. She starts bleeding charm, so you take +2 in charm and drink it. It refreshes you and makes your skin clearer. Aito is in the struggle bus. I'm struggling. Afterwards, you're taking a break from flirting with death in the Camp Dome games to flirt with an actual personification of death beside a few empty crates. Well, you thought they were empty anyway, but as soon as your conversation with Milo starts getting titillating, a half-bad, half-young adult huntress bursts out of them.
Oh, rebels, it is I, Batnus. Why aren't you out there on the battlefield destroying the Chancellor's brutal regime?
Because I'm tired.
I'm tired too, tired of watching the Camp Dome waste countless lives under the guise of a fun reality TV murder game, and everyone just sits around and watches.
Wait, we're on TV right now? How exciting. Which camera should I be playing to?
To be the protagonist.
What the fuck is that face?
But I won't be fooled. I, Batnus, am the sole leader of this rebellion against the Chancellor's dictatorship.
Is that Dio?
It is an unwanted, stressful role, but it is one of importance. Badness, darling, you don't need to spend your life stressed out and busy to be important. What are you talking about? Clever aphorisms solve nothing. We need to end the Chancellor's reign of terror. Just last week, he used toxic gas to wipe out the 10th city. He killed my one on-again, off-again love interest, Pete Moss. And also several thousand babies. Wait, did you say the Chancellor is toxic? What? No, I said he committed genocide and gets using toxic gas. I can't read. Are you even listening to me? What? Oh, sorry, the IG feed is not great for my attention span. Anyway, since we agreed the Chancellor is toxic, I must have been interested in helping your cause. Leading a rally against toxic behavior is always a good look, you know. So you're having a hard time getting a following for your revolution? I'll post the perfect photo of your Chancellor's atrocities on whatever to rally support for you, or whatever. Aito, I can read 136. I can definitely read sometimes, sort of. I can read 100% of the time, 10% of the time. Hey, that's a great idea. When the Chancellor releases propaganda, it's only for evil. But when I'm the one doing it, it's an act of bravery and rebellion. Badness and Milo put their heads together and take some great eye-catching photos of burning coal-dusted corpses with the dog filter over their faces. How cute. Now, all we need is the perfect caption. Aito, do you have any ideas? Hey, this is a great opportunity to show off your influencer skills to Milo. What's the perfect caption to get a horde of vapid Instagrammers to overthrow the government? A hashtag. I can read 13% of the time, 6% of the time. Oh, that's better. Thank you. Hashtag? Fuck. I'm bad at this game. Hey, that's perfect. The easiest way to get people on your side is to capitalize on the nostalgia for a simpler time. Ah, true. I feel nostalgia for a time when I was forced... before I was forced to lead a rebellion and simultaneously choose which of my two crushes could possess my walled-off heart. You tune out Badness's love triangle BS and help Milo pick out some pictures of vast revolutions and government atrocities to get people excited over the new revolution. And we're already trending. No need to thank me, Badness, but please do feel free to martyr me in your new utopian society. I've always thought I'd make a hot martyr. Wait, this isn't what I wanted. Look, everyone's just talking about the nostalgic 90s shit in these atrocious photos. Hey, look at the Furby in the background of this pic of a dude getting napalm. Like if you remember Furbies. Look how cool everyone's neon clothes looked while they were getting decapitated by the keep piecers. How cute. That guy's corpse is totally covered in Furbies. What happened to Furbies anyway? Hey, what did happen to Furbies? No, seriously. Have you ever noticed that as soon as Furbies went out of style, fascism rose to power? Well, now that you mention it, I guess so, but correlation is not always equal cause. However, before they can finish, a group of keep piecers drop from the sky and bathe the three of you in knockout gas. When you finally come to, you're laying in your bed with a bloody note that says, "Don't mention the Furbies if you want to live," signed the Chancellor. Napalm the Furbies. I agree. Holy shit, you didn't even know you lived in a police state. You're now burdened with this heavy Furby secret and you lose -2 smarts and -1 boldness. Seem to have found ourselves at an impasse.
Campfire time! Yay!
Let's go talk with these two again. After a long day of relentless horniness, you head to the campfire to relax. You find Milo, Aravi, and Hex all gathered around a tray of delicious-looking cheeses. Perfect. Come join our tasting, Aito. We needed a fourth. Anyway, as I was saying, I recommend that you begin with the 10,000-day aged Gouda. I know you don't often see a Gouda as a starting cheese, but I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Next, we have the aged, washed rind cow's cheese. This one has a flirtiness that really puts the wind in my sails, if you know what I mean. I know what you mean. You mean that the cheese tastes good. God, I'm smart. Obviously, you should finish with the raw milk goat blue. Exhausted, y'all. Night enough. Bye-bye. Mwah. Fair warning, it's funky. I recommend pairing with the apple brandy to finish. Robbie slams a chunk of Gouda into her mouth. As she's chewing, some numbers appear over her head. Recovered +2 health, +6 agility boost. harm the furries. Furbies are just furries, so it's the same thing. All Furbies are furries, but not all furries are Furbies. My inspiration for this platter came from the groundbreaking work going on in southern cheesery right now. You'll notice that there's a certain lighter, airy quality to the finish. Wait a minute, wait a minute with the fucking adjectives, Milo. I'm confused. Who's winning? Can't believe I have to explain this to you, Aravi. But cheese testing is not a competition. Nobody's winning. Ferb Sona is a very real and terrifying possibility. I have seen the end. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna pull a Nemo. Trying to find one with a watermark. Oh, this one has a watermark. Okay. Have I seen the long Furby images? Yes, I have, sadly. Now you guys have to look at this Ferb Sona the rest of the stream. Actually, hold on. There was a better image that I might use instead. Alright, that's the image you guys get for the rest of the stream. It's just like any other magical moment in life. You don't look at the moon to get points. You do it because it fills your soul with the fragility of the universe.
This isn't possible.
Nuh-uh. I look at the moon to increase my wisdom stat. Literally everything is a competition. Everything. You're wrong, you little gremlin. What about flower smelling? A competition for who can inhale the most pollen. Wine tasting? A competition for who can be the most pretentious asshole. That's just true.
You reap what you
Arabi,
sow.
I'm concerned that this relentless focus on winning is robbing you of the ability to enjoy the ephemeral nature of existence.
Muted and reported.
I saw a beautifully hand-painted piece that a Furby with a horse's body is a person on Twitter who makes them. That sounds interesting, to say the least. Nice try, you wily reaper, but I'm not letting my guard down. What is this? A clever tactic common to the professional cheese sports scene? Please, you guys, I just want to eat the cheese. You do too, but not as badly as you want to impress one of your two embattled friends. Quick, choose a side. Arabi, cheese testing isn't in competitive. Okay, we're going with Arabi. Arabi, Milo's trying to fool you. The winner is whoever eats the most cheese in 10 seconds. Hurry up! You warn Arabi that Milo is obviously trying to trick her. The rules here are just like any other eating competition. You eat the most, the fastest. That's completely wrong, Aito. I am not trying to... I've got my stopwatch right here. Go, Arabi. Clock is ticking. It's too late. Arabi is already force-feeding herself as much cheese as possible. For such a relatively small person, she's a fucking eating machine. Never had an actual furry. I didn't either, but I was scared of them. I hated them. Done! Level cleared. Hex, what's my time? That was 7 seconds and 3 milliseconds. A new record. Holy shit. Fuck yeah. That Gorgonzola really threw me for a loop, but... my stomach. Oh, I don't even remember McDonald's doing Furbies. Oh. Eating a ton of dairy super fast might not have been the best idea. Robbie immediately vomits on Milo's fancy platter. Nas, now I've got to sanitize this thing. I hope you're happy now, you fool.
We are totally winning.
Well, yeah, I'm happy. I'm a winner, and I will subject my body to anything to win. Besides, she's just got to eat some bread or cheese or something to get her health back up. I've seen her do it a million times. Yeah, I should probably revive. Milo, got any more cheese? You want to eat some more cheese after what you just did? My god, well, no, I don't have any more. You literally just ate it all. Fine. Guess I'll have to eat this aged prosciutto. I was saving it for a boss fight, but I'll probably get some more in the ice caves anyway. Bye, Jay. Have a good night. Mwah. Arabi pulls some delectable looking prosciutto out of her bag. She starts slowly savoring it, carefully tasting one piece at a time. Wait, Arabi, is that the Spagna Iberico ham? I didn't even know you had such fine taste. And look, you're even bothering to chew it this time. She does the fucking tongue click I do all the time. Well, yeah, if you don't savor it, you don't get the full health recovery, duh. I guess you all can have some. Aw, that's a cute blush. Before we share Robbie's charcuterie. Is that how you, I can never say that right. Charcuterie. I don't know, whatever. And it's really the perfect follow-up to Milo's cheese platter. Robbie hand feeds you the last little bit of prosciutto, and your heart races as her fingers graze your slightly chapped lips. Hell yeah! Oh, thanks, Sniping. That helps. I'll take a gamble. That weekend you feel like getting wasted, so you go visit none other than Juan. Hola! You know, when I started making magical drinks, I never thought people would actually come to drink them. Oh, hey, who am I to judge? Anyway, take a look at this one. Bloody Mary. You say we drink the drink of the day? Would you prefer the mystery box? I'm gonna take the mystery box this time. Tequila Moonrise. I don't really like tequila, actually. Mystery box, so bold of you. Hope you're happy with the no refunds. I called this one Tequila Moonrise. What a powerful, invigorating drink. I gave it that name because when you drink it, you can feel your stats rising. Oh shit, everything went up. Still hard to believe you drink that. Good luck, I guess. Drink of the day implies that there's a drink of the night. Perhaps.
Wherever I go, hijinks ensue.
Pickle juice. It's just pickle juice. Manor. While wandering the haunted manor, you're ambushed by a group of evil spirits. You put up a good fight, but there's just too many of them, and they run away with your immortal soul. Luckily, you always knew this day would come, and you replaced your immortal soul with a Beanie Baby years ago. Good foresight on your part. You gained +2 boldness. Fuck yeah. I just realized the picture in the top left. Yeah. It's Furbies. It's Furbsonas. There's little you love more than loving on Milo. So it's fun to see how many other people are in the same lovesick boat. This comment says, the composition in your selfies is always so artistic. You should go into photography. And this person says, You post the most inspirational quotes they made. This one just says, hit me up with that Reaper dick, daddy. Oh boy. Ooh, get him, get him, get him! Well, assuming all Grim Reapers have dicks and or identify as male is so 14th century Europe. But I am flattered by the sentiment. Love keeping my fandom hooked on my aesthetics and thirsty for all of me. Yo, Spider Lady. Mixed Belladonna. I was expecting to hear a conversation on owning your attractiveness, being true to your identity, and historical monster love, but what do I find? Exactly the conversation you just described, Camp Director Miss Weaving? No, you on your phone as always, probably making blog posts on your TikTok page. Camp Director Miss Weaving, maybe if you got social media page of your own, you'd be able to better relate to your campers. It really is the social hub. I don't want to hear it. I refuse to consider the possibility that online interactions can possibly help people form connections or express themselves on the grounds that I didn't have the internet when I was your age. And I am sick and tired of you campers burying your noses in your phones when you could be living in the real world, forming real connections, doing real manual labor. As such, Mix Belladonna, I am confiscating your Instagram account until further notice. You just admitted you're not familiar with the internet, so let me tell you, that's not how it works. You can't just confiscate someone's... What? My Instagram account is gone. It just disappeared. How is that possible? I told you, Mix Belladonna. I confiscated it, and there's nothing you can do to get it back. That can't be true. And it won't be true if you have anything to do about it. If there's one way to impress Milo, it's gotta be to get their Insta back. Your plan? Subject your minds to the mysterious trials of the House of Capture to prove you're worthy of retrieving Milo's account. According to the Instagram terms of service, any account ownership related dispute can be settled with the Grand Race at Murder Mountain. Of course, I always forget that Instagram is actually a portmanteau incorporating an acronym, Insta for instantaneous, and Gram is actually an acronym for Grand Race at Murder Mountain. They dropped the second M around the same time Facebook dropped the... What? That's absurd. That timeline sounds suspect at best, and I refuse to participate in any sort of race. I have a summer camp to run. Great, I'll just let Instagram know that you're forfeiting the race so they can restore my account to me. They're saying that to have an account returned, you must make it down Murder Mountain, even if there's no opponent for you to race against. I'm still in if you are, Aito. You and Milo take the perilous journey to Murder Mountain, where you're greeted by Instagram's senior executives, beaming at you with excitement as they explain their rationale. Honestly, Instagram was always an elaborate scheme to get more people to participate in the grand race down our beloved Murder Mountain, but the whole thing just kind of spiraled out of control pretty quickly. Hey, you guys invented something pretty awesome. Even if it was by accident. So, since I don't have an opponent, is there any time limit on this? I dropped my like 6 years ago, and it's been going well for me. Huh. Nope, says Instagram CEO. You just gotta make it down Murder Mountain alive. Sick. In that case, I'm going to go ahead and take my time. Aito, you drive, I photograph. You immediately agree and hop behind the wheel of the official Instagram Grand Race Murder Mountain Racing race car while Milo pulls out their phone and snaps a ton of selfies. Aito the 136. Exactly. Oh, I love the way the light reflecting off this lava is hitting my cheekbones. Fierce. Oh man. Great leap over that ravine. I'm putting that vid in slow motion before I upload it. These pythons photobombing me are honestly iconic right now. Well, we did it, Aito. We made it all the way down Murder Mountain thanks to your great driving and my great picture taking. Wonderful work, you two, says the Instagram CEO / Murder Mountain enthusiast as he meets you at the bottom. Milo Belladonna, we are proud to restore your Instagram to its rightful owner. You and Milo post pictures of your death-defying yet romantic journey down the mountain, reminiscing about the great time you had way back 20 minutes ago. You always have these beautiful moments, plus the pictures, likes, and comments on Milo's restored Instagram. You gain +2 creativity and +1 fun. Ooh, last evening. We're almost at the end, and we're definitely gonna fail. But I tried. Scout HQ to finish it off. That day in Monster Scouts, they teach you how to use the stars and trees bar to find your way back when you get lost on the internet. As a test, Coach leaves you in the middle of the internet. You easily get lost. Before you know it, you're watching the Spanish synchronized swimming team perform a routine based on Stairway to Heaven. You don't earn the orientation while on the internet badge, but you definitely gain +2 creativity from watching such beautiful display of skill. That evening, Milo invites you to the lake for a bit of night swimming. Good thing you packed your birthday suit.
Fancy meeting you here.
Aito, I'm so glad you're here. Our days here at camp are often so chaotic and crowded. It's lovely to spend some one-on-one time with you. Are you ready to go swimming? I must admit, darling, I've always wondered what you would look like while wet. Haven't we all? You started taking off your shirt, ready to put the skin in skinny dipping. Oh wait, don't you have a swimsuit of some kind? I don't want to get banned for nudity. What? Just give me a moment to prop my phone up on this rock. Oh, and shout out to KatieCat99 for the follow. Welcome to our happy dating family. Oh, Aito, it appears today is Roxy Girl's birthday. Would you give her a quick shout out for me while I set up my tripod? What the hell is going on? Did Milo turn this date into an orgy without consulting you? I mean, not that you'd be mad, but a heads up is always nice.
Like and subscribe.
Huh? No. I'm streaming our date. I hope you don't mind. I just love sharing things I like with my followers, and I really like you. I promise I won't let it become too distracting. We'll still have a wonderful time. Well, that's a bit annoying, but you really like Milo, and you've never been against exhibitionism, so fuck it. Maybe this could be sexy. Excellent. Let's get this date started. After I tally the results of the poll I posted, what should Aito and Milo do tonight? Looks like most people voted for follow me back, please. Don't worry, Aito. Responding to these 3,468 follow requests will only take a moment. Fuck that. You never trust the attention-starved masses to do a monster fucker's job. Suggest a different way you can have a fun date while still improving Milo's stream. Turn dating Milo into the hot new internet challenge everyone wants to do and match. Three's not a crowd. Get a guest star to feature on your date. I like that. Fuck. That seemed cool to me, but fuck, whatever. I tried. Oh, what a fun idea. I posted guest stars several times in YouTube videos and job interviews and during dental appointments even, but never on a date. I know just the guy. He's popular with the youth, experienced with collabs, and packed with sex appeal. Let's ask Chester Cheetah. You think Milo is kidding until Chester Cheetah shows up. You can either imagine him as completely anthro or as a walking cartoon, whatever disturbs you less. Hey kids, Chester says. Thanks for inviting me on your date. Chester Cheetah is always happy to guest star, but in exchange, do you mind if I do a bit of product placement? Sure, Chester. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. Great, you two sure are a hot couple, almost as hot as a bag of flaming hot Cheetos, which you can buy at any major food retailer now. Well, Chester seems a bit annoying, but you can look past it. You and Milo get in the water, swimming around and making fun, flirty conversation. I'm really glad we decided to go swimming at night. It's so nice and warm out, the perfect summer evening. You're right, Milo, Chester interrupts, but as we all know, the best addition to any evening swim is a bag of delicious wet Cheetos. I don't want to eat wet Cheetos. Yeah, okay, whatever. You try to tune him out. I like you a lot, Milo, you say. Hey, that was great, Aito, Chester says. Real sincere. Chester loves sincere, but do you think you'd try a different line? Maybe I like Cheetos a lot, Milo. Actually, fuck this. You lay into Chester telling him he's ruining your date, and your chances of getting laid, and Cheetos make your fingers sticky anyway.
Be so toxic.
Mac and Cheetos. Don't fucking remind me of that. I hate that. Aito, why are you being so rude? Don't you know what Chester is going through right now? No, you know what? It's fine, Chester says, deadly serious. Maybe I am being rude. I just want to experience the joy of a date again after my wife left me. She said I was a nuisance, married to my work. I told her she should enjoy a nice, delicious bag of Cheetos to calm down, so she walked out, and I've never been the same since. You're the nuisance, Aito. I invited Chester along because I wanted to give him a gentle push back into the game of love, to be nice.
Not sorry.
I don't even like Cheetos that much, but I do like helping my friends, which I guess you can't understand. What future do we have together if you can't even support your loved ones in a time of need? Thanks, Milo. That was very heartfelt, says Chester. But it'd be even more heartfelt if you added "you can't support your loved ones" or Cheetos. Can we do a retake? Milo does a retake while you mope off shamefully. As sad as you are, you have a sudden inexplicable craving for Cheetos. You lose -2 fun and -1 smarts. The last day of summer is here. It will be your summer love. I mean, I feel like we have to pick Milo because I don't feel like there's any way we got enough points with Aravi, so I'm gonna pick Milo and see if we get it. But I'm definitely going for... I can pick myself. Oh yeah, none of them. I guess that's fair. I'm definitely going for Aravi next time. Looks like our summer vacation is over. Yes. Finally gather the courage and ask your beloved to watch the meteor shower with you. The two of us, a summer fling. What a cute idea you had there. You're so adorable and so funny. What an adorable joke you just told. You and I dating. Ha! What a hilarious little prank, you jokester. Fuck! Nothing good comes out from this. Until Coach appears to give you the Monster Scouts badge for surviving a great deal of embarrassment. He's super proud of you. He recorded you being rejected and has uploaded on the internet to share the exact moment in which you earned the badge. You become an internet sensation. Still, you're devastated, aside from being famous for being pathetic. Try to cover the hole in your heart with your newly acquired badge, but the hole is figurative, you dum-dum. I'm gonna definitely play for an Aravi ending on my own time. Before we knew it, those weeks were gone. It felt like a hot minute, and it felt like an entire lifetime. That night, as we saw summer coming to an end, we all wondered what would come next for us. It felt like the end of something big. Little did we know, life still had many wonders and misadventures in store for us. Now I'm older and I can see it. How those years became the foundation of the mythology of our lives. Broken hearts turned into tragedies sung for centuries. Wild nights became epics treasured forever. Every kiss and every laugh is now a consolation we'll always find while gazing into the starry night, no matter how many years go by. Even today, are they gonna sing, or are these lyrics, or am I just... Oh no, it was not lyrics. All my friends around that campfire, so young and unafraid, and so ready to start. Oz! This is adorable, I love it. Ha! Yeah. I don't know if anyone here watches Overly Sarcastic Productions, but Aravi kind of vaguely reminds me of Red from that. Like it's a character that I could see Red playing. Yeah. And if you don't watch OSP, you should. That was adorbs. Ko-Fi beats to relax and study too. Fuck yeah, dude. Alright. Wow, that was fun. I like that. I will definitely play more of that in my own time, and maybe I'll stream more of it at some point. I don't know. But now it's that time of day. Go find somebody to raid. Night, day, I don't know. Same thing. Let's see. Yes, is muted. Okay. We got Bear playing more Final Fantasy 7. That is the lowest viewer person I have that I follow. I usually try to raid one of the lower view people. I'm probably gonna raid Bear. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Thursday, Saturday we'll be playing more Xenoblade. Tuesday, almost died. Yeah. Oh, you know, that's what happens when you're a monster fucker. It's a risky take. Anyway, Tuesday night or so, I don't know the exact time or anything, but might be a collab with V. And then we'll play La Pucelle and more Xenoblade next week. Totally worth it, I agree. And I'm also gonna do a music stream next week to make new sound alerts. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but we're gonna do something. We'll get something done, and if we can get at least one sound alert done, then you know what, that's a successful stream. Anyway, that'll be next week though. So also Furbies. The Furbies did happen. On screen up there. Never forget. I hope this image is burned into your mind forever. I hope you're just as cursed as I am by this site. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Have a good day, good night, whatever it is for you, and I'll see you next stream. Mwah! Don't forget to fuck your local monsters.